Bruh, I know Alex Pereira is like known for catching bodies in the octagon, but he just caught a body through a video just with his words. I mean, this guy literally just put Anthony Smith in his place. He just G-checked Anthony Smith. He just 10-7'd him. Now, the context of the situation is Smith, his words got took out of context. I know Pereira's English isn't his first language, so he thinks that you know, he believes that he's being trashed by Anthony Smith. But Smith just basically said that he's like a regular size 205er. He's not like that big scary weight bully that he was at 185, where he had a huge size and power advantage. He just basically said that at 205 there's a bit of an even playing field, and you saw that in the Jan fight. The power difference, like the power that he had at middleweight, didn't translate at 205 against Jan Blachowicz, and he didn't look as impressive. That is true. But damn, Alex Pereira just caught a body, bro. He just said, the only ones who speak bad about me are Anthony Smith types, washed up vets who would never amount to anything, who are still fighting. They're in a really tight spot, or the guy who is still a nobody. But those who are already doing well, I don't see them talking about me. You know, it's one of those ones who are beneath me. Holy, bro. Holy. I mean, I see both sides. Smith didn't say anything that wasn't untrue. He tried to keep it as respectful as possible, but Anthony Smith, a lot of his words get taken out of context, and he states the obvious in a lot of his statements, like saying, oh, well, if I had Ryan Spann's athleticism, I would be champion. Oh, well, on paper, if you take away John Jones's skills and attributes that make him so hard to beat, I would beat John Jones. Which is kind of like, well, yeah, no shit, Anthony. But in this sense, I get what Smith is getting at here, but Alex isn't entirely wrong either. Like, I think he mistook what Smith was trying to say, but he's correct, man. Anthony definitely is a washed-up veteran who never amounted to anything, who never will amount to anything. And I like Smith, but come on, man. He's never been a UFC champion. He'll never be a UFC champion. And he's just fodder for all these up-and-coming talents that light heavyweight has to offer. He fought Rakic, got his ass kicked. Fought old man Teixeira, which, no shame, Glover turned out to be, at the time, at that age, one of the best in that division. Still, smoked by Glover, smoked by Magomed Ankalaev, smoked by Johnny Walker, and had a mental breakdown saying, you attacked my family. You're attacking my family. So, yeah. Alex Pereira at least has been a UFC champion. I mean, knocking out Israel Adesanya twice, beating him 3 times has made his career. That was his claim to fame. But he followed Izzy into his own sport, became the UFC champ, going 3-0 off Izzy. And even though he got knocked out down the line, he still accomplished more in his overall combat sports career. 2-division glory kickboxing champ, UFC middleweight champion. He'll probably be a UFC light heavyweight champion soon. Like, he will probably have done by the end of the year, if he becomes 205 champ, he will have basically accomplished what Smith couldn't do. Like, Smith was at 205 since 2018, right? 5 years, and he still couldn't win a UFC light heavyweight belt. And Pereira's been in the UFC for 1 year. He won the middleweight belt, and he's been at 205 now for a month. So basically, if he becomes champ by the end of the year, he'll have done one thing in a month, or a span of a few months, that Smith could not do in 5 years. Basically trying to say he'll have done more than Smith within 2 years, you know, and then less than a month or two at 205 if he becomes a champ, than Smith was able to do his entire UFC career and his entire run at 205. He already has a win over 2 UFC champions, Israel Adesanya. He ended his win streak at middleweight, and he beat the guy who beat Izzy. He beat Jan Blachowicz, former 205 champion, who would probably pack Anthony Smith, not gonna lie. Yeah, Alex Pereira, man, he definitely, I mean, dude, he's definitely not wrong with what he's saying. More accomplished than Smith. Smith probably shouldn't be opening his mouth, but at the same time, Smith's not entirely wrong. But it is what it is. With that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments.